Good morning, dear student. Once again, I am very happy to welcome you all since it's the second session of class 6. Now, before starting this session, first of all, we'll do the recap or revision of first session. In first session, we have started sentence. In that sentence, we understood letter, word, sentence, after this subject, verb and object. These all we have completed. So it's a name only which I told you that we have completed. But whatever we have done, as I know very well that you all are very obedient student. So you have completed all the things. Means revision part you have done completely. And you have also written on your rough copy. So these all the things. After doing this one more time, those who have not attained the first session, those who have not seen this one, they will see it carefully that they can clear one more time that whatever we have done in our first session. In our first session, whatever we have done, same thing we'll do, but little bit more we'll try to do. That is related with our chapter of sentence only. So see here, I told you that what is later in our first session. In our first session we have discussed and I have given you example that when we were means the children, they were in LKG. So I have given a simple example that Jacinta Miss told you about A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. These all Miss told. So this simple letter. Simple letter means A, B, C, D. These all we have completed. This is about our English language. But as the same way in other language, different letters are there. A set of letters are there. Together all the set of letters known as alphabet. That I also explained you in first session. So now here we'll come to know about letters. And I also explained you letter is the smallest unit of any language. It can be of Hindi, it can be of English, it can be German, it can be Spanish, it can be any. So this we have completed, that letter. So if someone is asking to you what is letter, so you will only explain this thing, you will tell only this thing. The smallest unit of a language is known as what? Letter. And example would be A, it can be B also, it can be K also. Total number of letters in our English language, it is 26. And this 26 further divided in two parts, that is 5 and 21. I explained you 5 is vowel and 21 is consonant. And I told you if you want to differ vowel and consonant, so simply you do one thing, you write A to Z, circle only the vowel. All other one, those you have not circled, that part will be our consonant. So this is about vowel and consonant. We have discussed this one. Now the important thing is that, as you know, this letter is very important. The significance of this letter is what? It's a smallest unit as we do the construction of a house. So while construction of a house, brick is very important. As the same way, this letter is also just like a brick. If you are able to write, if you are able to speak anything, if you are able to communicate, so these all things is only possible because of letter. So this is significant of a letter, that why letter is very essential in our day-to-day life. And now after this we move further, that was what? Word. Now the word is a combination of letter. Word is what? Combination of a letter. I already told, I have given you example of eat. What I have given example? That example of eat I have given. And I told you in eat. See, it is given here. I told E A T. These three I have given. And I also told you what you do. First of all, you find out vowel and consonant. So E and A, both are here vowel. And this T is what? This T is consonant. This T is what? Our consonant. And this 2 is vowel. So what you are watching? Word is made up of what? Vowel also, this 2 vowel, and this is one consonant. So together, when vowel and consonant coming together and giving a valuable meaning, when it will come together, so it will associate, it will join, and after joining, it will form a particular word. This word can be eat also. Next example, it can be see, G O. G is what? Consonant. Again, O is what? Vowel. So these two together joining, and after the joining, it is giving you a valuable meaning. So this go is what? A word. And now this eat and go. Why it is a word? Because when the smallest unit coming together, joining together with the help of, in that joining letter, it will be vowel and consonant. When they will come together, so they will form one word, and that word will give a particular meaning. With the help of that particular meaning, we'll understand that this is particular word. For example, this is marker. Now, this marker also made up of what? Letter. M, A, R, K, E, R. So together all coming, so this all together, smallest unit, they are forming one word, and because of that word we are able to identify this one, we are able to recognize this one. This is only because of what? The combination of letter. So if you are forming a word, so for the formation of word, 100% possibility that you have a perfect knowledge of letter. It can be of any language. So now we come to know about word. So now this letter and word, these two we have completed. And why this word is important? Because this word is a unit that forms what? Sentence. This word is a unit that forms a sentence. If you are forming a sentence, do you know why it is important that to know, to study about sentence? I am communicating to you, I am teaching you, you are studying, and maybe you are at home. So when you are discussing to your parents, means your father or mother, so while that discussion, you are speaking, means you are a speaker, and your parents will be listener. So while the communication is going on between a speaker and the listener, so how a speaker conveys a message, how a speaker speaks something to the parents. The speaker speaks something, it can be in word, it can be in a sentence only. So this will be there. So now we come to know here, sentence is what? A group of words which you are using to communicate your parents. When you are asking to your mother, mother, please give me this book. Mother, please help me to solve my maths problem. Mother, please cook me a nice or delicious food. So what mother will do? Mother will also tell, yes, no problem, I'll help you out for solving that math question. Maybe you are asking something to your parent. So while making communication, it is very important, it is significant that if you are able to make communication, so that communication can be possible only because of this letter. This letter, and this letter forms word, and that word forms sentence. So this all is possible only because of that letter. And now letter forms word, word forms sentence. So I explained you that communication. In communication, a very important thing, that is what? Sentence. When you are using the sentence, only knowing the sentence, this is not important. I already explained in first session that when you read any sentence, when you tell something, when you write something, so writing is not enough only. We know very well when we write the sentence, so I explain you three things only. That how will you clear that really this is a sentence or not. For clearing this thing, it's very important to know first one, that it must be group of word. I told group of words. Second important thing we have done, complete meaning. These two I told you, in a sentence must be group of words and complete meaning. And the third important thing, arrangement of a sentence. Because only when group of words will be there, it can't be a sentence. When it will be arranged as per systematic order. Systematic order means there is a structure of a sentence. A structure of a sentence you are watching to me. So for all the human being there is a particular structure. Here head will be, now chest, thereafter waist, now leg you will get. So one structure you are getting. As the same way, the structure of a sentence you will also get. And I told you for active voice there is one structure. The structure is what? First of all you will write subject, after subject, verb, then object. First, second, third. These three things you have to understand and you have to know. And first of all, when you will start to write any sentence, when you will start to read any sentence, when you will start to speak anything. So first of all, subject you will write, thereafter verb, then object you will write. And this is for only active voice. This is for what only? Active voice. In case of active voice, this structure you will use. You know very well that voice is a form of verb. And if you are writing sentence, so sentence can be active voice also, sentence can be passive voice also. So now the question comes here that we are not studying, we are not going deep in active passive, but little bit information I am giving you. This is active voice, and now if suppose that this object is moving at the place of subject and subject is coming at the place of object, so this will form passive voice. It means interchange of subject and object. Verb will be remain same there, but interchange of this subject comes here, this object goes there, then it will be passive voice. And third form of the verb will use. So this is about the passive voice. So I explain when you are communicating to anyone, so you are using sentences. That is why it's very important that you must have to know sentence and the part of a sentence also, kinds of a sentence also, because these all are very valuable. And today after this we'll start the division of the sentence only. Division of a sentence means, suppose that you have written this entire sentence. For example, I have written here, he likes movie. I have written he likes movie. So this is one sentence. But we have to understand this sentence is made up of what? Means when we'll do the division of the sentence, so the partition of the sentence, how it will be. And after knowing this one, we'll come to know about the kinds. But before that, few more things which I have to explain here, that is related with our subject, verb and object. We'll come to know about that. Thereafter we'll start further thing. Now see. See, these are all the things which I am telling to you. You take it seriously. Why you have to take it seriously? Because doubt you can clear when school will be open. But these all things you will not get once again. So it's very important that you properly attend your class as per schedule, as per timetable, and whatever be the teacher are instructing you, you will follow that thing. Homeworks and notes. that is also supplied to you. You can access our school website. From there you can get all the relevant information. After finishing this chapter, you will get your class notes, and properly by using black and blue pen, you will note all the points. All the points means all the exercises chapter wise you will write, and properly as you are writing in the school, same way you will write at home. When school will reopen, we'll check the copy. So there must not be any kind of confusion, there must not be any kind of problem that we have not told you about this. You will get your notes and you will get homeworks also. Homeworks will be there that you will divide. Suppose that today is my session, and now after maybe 1 or 2 days again you will get the session. So during that you are getting the time. While that you will utilize. This 1 or 2 days if you are getting, so you will revise, you will utilize. And for online classes there is one etiquette also. If you are having any doubt, if you are having any problem, so you can access the video 2 or 3 times. In a day you can access the video 2 or 3 times, or maybe tomorrow you can access, maybe within a week you watch at least one session 2 or 3 times. By that, if you are having any confusion, if you are having any doubt, so you can access this information. That benefit you will get in online classes. And at home you can do this all thing. And this is the best time that you can do self-study. And one more important thing, at home you take these all the things seriously. And if you have any doubt, so you can take the help of your brother, you can take the help of your parents if little bit doubts are there. If you are not getting the points after watching this session, no issue. And suppose that if you are not getting after this, so you can note the points, and later when the school will reopen, will help you out. So see here, I have to discuss today about subject. Already I told about how we'll understand, how we'll come to know about subject in any sentence, we'll come to know about verb, we'll come to know about object. But one more time, some logical point, some technical point, if you are having a knowledge of that technical point, so simply very easily you can explain, you can tell to anyone that this is a sentence. Now, this is a sentence and this is a part of a sentence, means this is a subject, this is a verb, this is a object. See here, I told you already, when you are watching subject in any sentence, so you have to see noun or you have to see noun or pronoun. Means either you see noun, either you see pronoun in any sentence. And if this noun and pronoun, they are working just like a doer of action. That noun and pronoun working like a doer of action. So this will be what? Subject. This is a technical point about the subject only. That how will you come to know that this is a subject. For subject, what you will do? You find out noun or pronoun in any sentence. Noun means what? Naming word. In place of that naming word, if you are getting another word like he, she, you, I, we, they, so that will be what? Pronoun. If you are getting that one, and that anyone, that any word, it is working just like a doer of action, doing some action, taking the responsibility. So that will be what? Subject. But this all, it is possible in case of active words. It is possible in case of active words. When the sentence will be of active words, then this will be. Otherwise, if passive words will be there, so subject will be receiver. Subject will be what? Receiver. In passive words, what will be the subject? Receiver only. Understand that? For example, I write a letter. I have written here, I write a letter. So in that, this is your pronoun. This is your what? Pronoun. This is pronoun. So and it is a pronoun, it is also doing the action. It means doer here in a sentence. That is why this is known as what? The subject of a sentence. Now, write is what here? Verb. A letter is what here? Object. So when you change this sentence in passive voice, I'm not changing here, I'm not explaining or telling anything. Later we'll do that one. It will take time, that is why. Now, so later when we'll do, we'll understand anything. This object, I told already, when it is coming at the place of subject and this subject is going at the place of object. It means a letter we are writing here. A letter is singular, is written by me. So a letter is what? Receiver of an action. So receiver of action is what? It means that this case is what? Passive voice. So letter will do. So that will be there. Now see, this is about the subject only, we'll come to know. Now the next important thing, after doing the subject, we have to understand verb. What we have to understand? Verb. In verb, I explained, I told you the action word is known as what? Verb. So the action word is known as what? Action word. Known as our verb. But one more important thing, which I have not explained that day, that is a verb having always three forms. Suppose that if I am telling you in a sentence, this is a verb. So that verb must have how many forms? Three forms. For example, you see here, you go. I have written here you go. So you is what? Pronoun. This go is what here? Verb. Why I am telling you this one? Because this is what action word. That is why it's a verb. And I also told that this go having how many forms? This go having three forms of the verb. So first one is what? Go. Second is went. Third one is gone. So we are getting go, went, gone. How many forms of the verb? Three forms of the verb. So to understand, to recognize verb, you have to see if any word is considered as a verb, so it must have how many forms? Three forms. Then it will be verb. Otherwise, it will not consider as a verb. So this is about what? Verb. A verb always having how many forms? Three forms. That you understand, that you notice. Okay? That you note down somewhere. It is factual or technical point about the verb only. So this is about the verb. Now, the third point. See. Three forms. Now the third important thing, this is about what? Object. So I already told noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun in any sentence, if it is receiving the action, so that will be what? Object. This is about what? Object. But one more important thing, how will you understand or how will you find out that really this is object? Carefully, attentively, that you understand. That how will understand this is object. See here, one example I am writing. She likes Mohan. I have written one sentence. She likes Mohan. In that, we have to find out object. So what you have to do? In first session I told, to find out object, you have to ask the question. Okay? How you are asking the question, you see. These two, subject and verb. These two you will write. And after this you will add something. So subject is what? She likes. After this here you can write two things. One is what and second is whom. What you can write? First one you can write what and second you can write whom. What for? Non-living object and whom for living object. So these two words only help you to identify which one is object. See how I am doing this one. The structure to find out the object. She likes what or whom. What will do? This is what? This is living one. So we'll choose what or whom. We'll choose whom only. She likes whom? What will be the answer? The answer will be Mohan. What will be the answer? Answer is here. She likes home. So answer is what? Mohan. So Mohan is what here? Object. Mohan is what here? This is our object. Now I told object is what? Part of noun or pronoun. So Mohan is what? Naming word. And this naming word, that is why it is considered as an object also. So this is about the object. One more example you see of object. Thereafter we'll move further. Now see next one. I am erasing this one from the top. See, it is not necessary that by watching one time only you can understand everything. So once again, when you are having time, so you see the video, you see the entire session and find out the problem, find out the things that you are not knowing. And again you see until you are not getting, until you are not succeeding to find out the subject, verb or object. See once again. He gave gift to me. He gave gift to me. Or he gave, yes, it is correct. Now see, he gave gift to me. This is, we have to find out here object. What we have to find out? Object. So for finding object, first you write subject. Subject is what? He gave. And thereafter I told you, you write two things. It can be what? It can be whom. So by writing this one, you can find out the answer of this. The answer of this will be what? Will be only the object. See how it is? He gave what? He gave what? So you are getting what? Gift. What you are getting? The answer you getting? Gift. He gave what? So answer will be what? Gift. He gave what? What he gave? So that is what? Gift. So this gift is what? Object here. He gave whom? He gave whom? He gave me only. So now here we are getting, that is what? Object. So now one more important point here you see. If we divide the object, so we'll get two types of object. One is direct object, second is indirect object. One is direct object, second is indirect object. Here, in this sentence, the direct or indirect both kind of object is here. See, this gift is what? It's a non-living thing. And this is what? A living thing. So this non-living is considered as a direct object. This living is considered as a indirect object. So this is about what? Object. That we'll understand, we'll come to know what is subject, what is verb, what is object. So as I believe that subject, verb and object you understood well. And if you are having any confusion, please watch this session once again. After this, we have to start another point that is very important, and you can say further we are starting regarding with that. That is what? Partition. Partition of a sentence. That is what? Partition of a sentence. See, part of sentence. Part of what? Sentence. Part of a sentence, you know very well that I told you about subject, verb and object. Again I am writing that subject, verb or object. See here. Subject, second is verb, third is object. These three things we understood. And why I emphasize you? Because it is also related with parts of a sentence, that is why. So in this subject, verb or object, this is only the root. This is all the thing for making communication, for explaining anything, for addressing anyone. These all are very important only. If we are having a good knowledge of these all, so we can write something without having any problem, without making any kind of mistake, or we can make our article, we can make our essay, we can make our paragraph, we can make our story writing. This all thing can be possible and easily you can write. So see, when we are talking about parts of a sentence, as you know, we are discussing about what part? We are discussing about the part. Part means what? Whole you are having, and of that whole, if you are cutting it, if you are dividing it, so separately it will be. So now, if we talk about the division of the sentence or the part of a sentence, so it is only what? Two. If we divide the sentence, if we make a partition of a sentence, so that will be only in two parts. The first part will be this one. The first part will be this one, and the second part will be this one. The first part will be this one, second part will be this one. This is your first part and this is your second part. So now you are a little bit confused what sir is doing here. If someone is asking you divide the sentence, so when you divide the sentence, so first part will be what? Subject in that sentence, and second part will be verb or object. But together this verb or object, see, together you have listened about this word predicate. This you have listened, this predicate. Actually this predicate is a combination of verb or object. When you see this predicate, so in that predicate you will get verb also, you will get object also. So now the question is coming here, or the conclusion is coming here. The sentence, it is divided in two parts. The first part is what? Our subject, and the second part is what? Predicate. This is about what? Subject and predicate. So now we come to know that a sentence can be divided in two parts. That is what? Subject or predicate. If someone is asking what is subject, so simply you can explain everything about the subject, that noun or pronoun in a sentence, okay, doing just like a speaker, doing just like the action of the particular subject, it will be just like a doer. So that will be what? Particular subject. Now the question comes here, verb or object. So this verb or object together, it is known as what? Predicate. This is about what? Predicate. So we'll come to know this one. Now with the help of practical example, we'll come to know the division of the sentence only. See here. Several examples you can make from yourself also. You can find out also. For example, see, I love to play cricket. I have written I love to play cricket. So this I is what here? Subject, and subject is what? Pronoun, and doing the action, it's a doer in a sentence. Okay, that is why it's a subject. So this is our first part, and this entire part is our what? Our predicate. This entire part is what? Our predicate. And I told you in predicate you will get what? Verb, or you will get the object or other word. You will get the object or other word. So you have to find out in any sentence only the subject. Leaving the subject, rest all the part, that will be considered as a predicate. So this is about the subject or predicate. This was the second thing in our sentence. The first lesson was sentence. After this second lesson, 1.1, it was part of a sentence. So by that way, we'll divide the sentence, we'll come to know. At the same way, you take different sentences, you find out the subject only. The subject is a one part, and the remaining part is what? Predicate. In that predicate you will get verb, you will get object. Already we have discussed this one, so you try to solve number of questions with the help of that. You check your old book, or maybe you can get your book soon. So with the help of that book you will try to find out, okay? And thereafter you will solve this one. In that it can be also, the question can comes like that. You have to supply the subject, you have to supply the object. You have to supply the verb also, but simply you will get here the question. You have to supply the subject. Suppose, for example, suppose that if I hide this I, so love to play cricket. So here you have to supply the subject. So you can write you love to play cricket. This can be also we love to play cricket. As the same way it can be. The question can also come. Maybe subject is given. You have to supply the predicate. So predicate you can also write on. When you will write the predicate, you have to write there verb and object or other word. Okay, you will do like that. So this is what the part of a sentence only, and we'll come to know here the subject or predicate. Now after this we'll move to the important point, and that is lesson number 1.2. That is lesson number 1.2. It's very important. Very, very important you can say. Because when you communicate, so in our day-to-day life, you do different things. Different things means sometimes what happen, you are not happy. So while that what you do, you perform such a work that is not good. And the emotion, the feelings, you convey with the help of the sentence only. Suppose that you are angry with your friend. So you will be angry. The emotion, the feeling, the sentences, whatever you will use, that will be full of angry. Full of such a sentences that is showing your emotion. So at the same way, in our day-to-day life, when we are communicating with our parents, in our family, or maybe in our while going outside, maybe in the school, so we use different sentences. For example, you see, maybe while lockdown period at home, you are making communication to your parents, and while making communication you told, Mama, today I am very happy, and I want to eat a very delicious food, a very delicious dish. So your mother will tell, no problem, you can take that one, you tell me what I cook for you. So you will tell that I need some delicious one that can be means anything whatever you like, you will tell this one. Your mother will be also happy to hear that my child is telling to me to cook this one. Maybe that parents, father can also tell to your mother only, and thereafter they will eat. So while this all, your mother is asking to your parents only, means to father only, that my son is asking something. He is asking to cook some delicious food. So do you think that I have to cook today or not? The discussion is going, because of lockdown we cannot go outside. We have to follow these steps also. And if we are going outside, so we are not Indian, because it's a you can say a guideline given by the Indian government, and we have to follow as a citizen of India. That is why, what do you think, that I have to do this thing or not? Because you have to go outside for taking the things, or maybe there's some guidelines that while that time you can go. So no problem, while that time I can go, means parents, means father told only this thing. So while making communication, mother, father and you use different type of sentences. Different type of sentences. It can be a sentence having a declaration only, a statement it can be. Sometimes you are neglecting, no, I will not do this thing, means a negativity is also shown. Sometimes your mother is asking the question that can I do this thing from your father. So now while asking this thing, different types of question, she is asking different types of statements she is giving. So now you can use only the simply assertive sentence kinds of sentence. In that, when you make communication, you can use assertive sentence. Either it can be interrogative sentence, maybe it can be imperative sentence, maybe it can be exclamatory sentence. One more is here. Optative sentence. These are 5 kinds of sentences we use while making discussion, while asking the question, while delivering, while communicating. We use assertive. We can use interrogative sentence. We can use imperative sentence. We can use exclamatory or optative sentences. About these all sentences, we'll read in detail in our third session. This is our second session. In our third session, we'll come to know about these all the points in deep way, that there will be no any confusion in future. But before that, I am advising you that you take the book of class 5th, and from there you find out what is sentence. Means you read one time, you do self-study, and thereafter you will see the division, the part of the sentence also. You try to find out subject, verb and object from there, and thereafter one by one we'll come to know about assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence and optative sentence. This we'll do in our third lecture. So till that, you do this all the revision, and whatever the homework I have given, that you will do. Thank you so much for listening patiently to me. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thanks a lot.